Previously on T-Man 978.
And let's let you see the face difference. This is way more cartoon accurate. Let me zoom back out.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're going to be taking a look at Ocular Max Perfection Series PS-23. Ignis, he's the leader of the Protectobots, or Autobot Hotspot, who is a combiner, the combiner leader of the Protectobots, who turn into Defensor. There's that. There's this right here. Here's this on the side. There's that on that side. Here's this. Here is this bio if you want to zoom in or pause to read that. Here are his tech specs, and they include this tech spec reader, so you can see this if you like. Inside of the box, it's in a clamshell. It's totally wrapped up in plastic like a new mobile device or whatever. You get this, which shows you how to change the face plates, because you get a second head, combiner head, with a different head sculpt, and they give you a face to go with that. They also give you another face that you can put on the head that's actually on it already. You get the instruction manual. You get a collector's card, which is made out of just regular paper card material. You get that same bio, and you get the tech specs undecoded. You get the tech spec reader. You get 2 blasters. And you get these 2 robot arms. I guess they can be hoses or blasters if you want. And you get Ignis. Ignis. Even though I don't believe it has die-cast, it is very heavy, to be honest with you. Very heavy. Like Fans toys heavy. It's nuts. I can't tell you where there's any die-cast, or I can't tell you why it's so freaking heavy. Maybe it just has very, very good plastic, but it has rubberized wheels, so it rolls well. In the package, the ladder is like this. You can stretch that out to the furthest extent and make sure this is up. But we have this. We have those Hot Wheels style flames right there. Another figure that had that was Stepper, or who was known as Ricochet now. But let's move the ladder out the way, or move the ladder up, so we can see this detail up here. Nice. The ladder rotates. I guess this can do that. It can rotate 360. When it lifts up, this panel goes up, but it may not go all the way up with it sometimes. So you can get that like this and push it on there if you want to. Here's Masterpiece spark plug right there. He comes with MP44. There's Masterpiece spark plug utilizing this ladder. Oops, he did. One more feature this thing has is some brakes back here, which you can pull down by utilizing these right there. So he has 4 of them. And here is a close-up on these dials and other stuff right there. So that's nice. There's not a lot of paint on this thing. I believe this hose is actually a separate plastic piece put on there, so that could be one reason why it's heavier. Now the black and that silver, I would imagine, yeah, that's paint and all of this stuff. But just to let you see some of the detail up close. Now the way this thing is wrapped up in the plastic, my side views came warped. If you run a hair dryer on there, I'm pretty sure it will unwarp itself, but I just didn't feel like doing that. And pushing these back up, I think it's easier if you just use your thumb and just do that. But as you can see, it has the silver hubcaps and all that junk. So it's nice looking. Just most of this light blue is unpainted for the most part. So for a Masterpiece style thing, they typically paint the figures head to toe. As far as Takara told me, every single part of the vehicle mode will be painted, but any of the robot part stuff, that's usually unpainted. This is not the case with this. This has a more retail design philosophy as far as the paint work goes. Here it is next to a couple official Masterpiece cars. They might be out of scale, I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Here is Medicus right there. And here is Studio Series Ironhide next to him. Which actually looks about right to me. Maybe it's a little bit too wide. But yeah, vehicle mode rolls nice, looks nice. It's heavy, it feels good, and it's basic. It's crap. It has the feature with the ladder and whatnot. That's good enough. In that, I don't know what more else this thing could do. I'm not really interested in more. I just want them to look nice, roll, have this ladder feature, and transform into a robot. Speaking of which, transformations will not be in this video. They're going to be in a separate video. Should be linked at the end of this one or in the comments. If it's not linked at the end or the comments, stay tuned. I'm going to have to film it. Voiceover time. I have this footage instead of what I was really trying to film. This right here is the med bay mode. You attach the guns and you basically can do this straight from truck mode. It's like half transforming him into a robot, and you put those little arms on and he has the guns and put the ladder there. Yeah, or you could call it a base if you want. Now what I discovered after messing with this is he has another optional mode right here. Just pull the legs forward and bam, he's Perceptor. He's a fake truck microscope right there if you want. And I thought that was very hilarious. All right, here's Ignis in his robot mode. He's really cool. He's like really dynamic, but undynamic at the same time, if that makes sense. His arms are crazy poseable, but the legs, that's where they're not. He does have an ab crunch and whatnot, but he doesn't have double jointed knees, and these feet, the feet look like that. So you're working with a flimsy joint down here. So depending on your surface, you might not be able to get him to stand like I have him right here. With his arms not really like that pose right there. Hold on, let me get him up. No diddy, by the way. But anyhow, he is humongous. So humongous, you're seeing the top of my backdrop right there and a bunch of random shit I got sitting up there. But he looks like this. Looks like this from the side, which is cartoon accurate and original toy accurate. He had some big clunky arms because the front of his arms are basically the front of the truck, basically split open. But there you are. I said he was heavy in the truck mode. He's still heavy, even in this mode. And I swear I still don't see any diecast, but here's a close-up on his face. Let's turn the light settings down a smidge bit. But he has red eyes. I'm guessing that's still cartoon accurate, or they would have changed it. They tried to make him as cartoon accurate as possible. Kinda looks like a bad guy, but he's not. Here's that detail right there. As far as paint, he doesn't have much paint. The knee pads right there, they're painted. But I believe that's it. Besides that, the chest, and maybe that, which I can't tell. No, that's painted. On the side, I put this label right there, so it doesn't come with that. And on the back, you have this deco back there. Still mostly just plastic. I'm not sure if certain stuff is painted. I think that is paint. This should be all one solid piece. but it looks so natural, it looks like it's plastic. He has two of these blasters right here. There's a handle under here. That's the combined mode handle, but we can just push that up because he doesn't need that. But it has this peg right there, and he actually has one of the hands that where it like more slots. It slots in, which I like way better than just a peg that goes into there. So we can slot that in, wrap that around, and he is holding that extremely tight, and I love it. You know what? Somebody told me they don't like me doing that. Screw you. But yeah, well, not screw you. I like doing it, so guess what? I'm gonna do it. If that bothers you, please, just stop taking life so seriously. Or the person you hate, who is Emgo. I'm just gonna say Emgo, because Emgo is silly and likes to do things because he likes fun. Don't take it out on me. There you go. You can also still take these things from his repair bay mode, and you could put them into his arm right here. Maybe give him some weird long smokestacks or some guns like this if you want. Other than that, let's get into the articulation. Of course, the head can rotate. It's on a ball joint, so you get tilts and whatnot. And you can go up that much and go down that much. But it's also on a hinge, so it can hinge forward and look down, hinge back, and not really look up too much because of the shape of his head. The shoulders can lift up like that if you want, or they can lift up like this. They can rotate right there. And he has a bicep swivel right here, an elbow joint right there, and another joint right there. And you get a forearm swivel. Wrist swivel, the hand, because of the transformation, can do that. The thumb is just on a ball joint. The rest of the thumb is static. So you get that type of action. And each one of these fingers is on 3 joints right there. Sorry, only the base knuckle is pinned. The rest of them are pegged on. So you could run the risk of popping them off. They seem very solid and they're thick. I don't think they would pop off unless you tried it or unless they get warped somehow because of temperature. He has a waist rotation. He has an ab crunch with that action going on right there. Hip skirt, leg kicks forward that much. Leg kicks basically all the way back until you bump into something. Kicks all the way out. You get the mid-thigh swivel. Almost 90 degrees of bend right there. And the toe, you get ankle pivot. And the toe can go forward. This is not very loose. It does... it's not very loose. It's not very tight. It comes back some. I mean, this part moves, but I don't know. I don't know how helpful it is. I was able to get him in various poses, but yeah, you do have a joint right here. So if you are a person that does not like skirts right there, you can technically bend the leg like this, and you don't have to worry about the skirt going up. But it looks like this from the side. From the front, you okay. And that's how I had them posed earlier, like this. Now, annoying things for me, if you have the arms up like this and you try to rotate them out, you're going to open that panel. What you could do is slide the arm over here, and then you get some more outward motion on that. If you wanted to, you could take this piece, rotate it around, and put it over here. So it's not so awkward looking right there if you didn't if you wanted the arm over in this direction, you can still clear it and it still looks a little bit okay. Other things of note, if you accidentally push this in, because this doesn't really stay, his knees will be locked and they won't bend. But yeah, he is very good. I just don't like the design of the feet. The feet, they take some working around, and that's how wide he stands. If you put him in an A stance, that's the first click. Some people might have a problem with that, so I want to bring that up. But no, everybody has watched Pig for Life's video already. Thank you for watching mine, whoever's watching this. Alright, here he is next to RC, who is basically Masterpiece Carbot size. And their first 8. And here's an MP scale Optimus Prime, so he is huge. Some people may have a problem with that, but he's a leader of a combiner that's big. A 5-person combiner, not the Constructicons. And since I had Ironhide next to him in vehicle mode, here's what Ratchet looks like from Studio Series. Since it's in this room, here's another Carbot. She's dark, slightly shorter than RC, only slightly. No, overall I like his robot mode. I like the poseability. I like the way he looks. At first I had some underwhelming feelings, but the more I messed with him and more I pose him, the more I like it. Like I like this pose right now. I like it more in person. Let me try to get the camera up to see what I'm seeing. I don't know if that'll make any difference, but yeah, I like the way he looks, and he's huge and imposing and a bulky bruiser type. I like it. Minimal complaints. If anything, certain things don't tab together well. I'm not gonna say not well, but if you start moving stuff, certain things will move like that. This will press in the chest. I mentioned the feet. The feet are my main problem. I'm able to get, once you work with it, it seems like you can get him in certain poses, but the ankle stability, as far as like them being like locking in a position, I know what I was thinking about. There's a stopping point there and a stopping point there. But yeah, and just me doing that and putting him back down, he is heavy. So you'll have to work with him to get him to stay in certain poses. But transformation, when I do the transformation video, I'll talk about the transformation, how I feel about it. But it's really, really easy and simple, to be honest, to get from the truck to this, and definitely from the truck to that med bay. But I'm about to have to start to practice the combine mode so I can do that. This part you're lucky I'm showing, it's the combiner mode. But this is how tall it is next to First Aid. This is how tall it is next to Optimus Prime. So, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Not stable at all, because it needs the legs to support this. There's no like locking mechanism right there. So even though he can do this, and it looks like it's half a body, it's not functional at all. But Optimus is like 9.5, 10 inches tall. So I would say it's about 14 inches tall. This is by no means a full combiner mode. I'm gonna definitely do a whole separate video on that, but here's a preview of the face right there and the whole head. Here is the other head next to it. The eyes are bigger, the face is bigger, and here's the face where he's yelling. There's no depth to the mouth because he has a robot head underneath of this. But there you are with that. Everything you need to see as far as the combiner, I'm going to do in a future video when I complete this. I'm going to be getting Streetwise this weekend, hopefully. He's off camera. I said everything I could say about the completed modes. There you go. I got this off of Toy Dojo, if I didn't say that already in this video. You should really check them out. They may have more of these. They may have first aid and streetwise. Check them out. And I'm going to say it right now. That transformation video is not going to be up at the same time. It's going to be up. So keep paying attention to my channel. But right now, as this is going up, as this is published, the transformation video is not going to be up. It is late and I'm tired. But maybe it's up and you don't even have to listen to what I'm saying. So thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out here.
Figure action. That one's me. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the